Education is so much more than what's written on the board.
So much more than textbook.
Education happens in the hallway.
It happens after school.
My education about homelessness started with my father.
Sometime over the summer in elementary school, a stranger walking down the street asked us for change, and my father responded with closed fist and shaking head.
My dad handed a man a few dollars on the street corner and said, "Here you go, man. Get yourself something to eat," like he was talking to a friend. I learned there were not dollars for every person who asked, but always acknowledgement.
In elementary school, we learned that if you give a mouse a cookie, it will eventually eat you out of house and home. And that the same thing happens if you give a moose a muffin, a pig a pancake, and a homeless person your extra coins.
On a street corner, these early lessons spring to mind. But if a homeless person asks for more after you give them 50 cents, it doesn't mean you shouldn't have given anything at all. It means that people need more than 50 cents and might not have another means to get it.
It's not fair to assume that everyone can pull themselves up by their own bootstraps.
In college, I learned not everyone has equal access to bootstraps.
That many of us are told to pull ourselves up with boots we can't even afford in the first place.
In school, I learned about sidewalk measures and business policy and legislation built more for hiding people than helping them. When I overhear a student on the corner say that there's too many hobos in their neighborhood, or my friend joke that her boots with the busted laces are so ghetto, I know this conversation can be a classroom.
Every Monday, we have a poetry workshop and a homeless clinic where we share stories, and they teach us what it means to not know where you're going to sleep tonight.
Social change is not always concert and applause. Not always bake sale and big days of action.
Some weeks our workshop is silent and we wonder if we are doing good work.
But after weeks of the same one person willing to write with us and everyone else telling us they have nothing to say,
we have a full open mic list. Someone shares a poem they needed to get off their chest,
and a community builds itself around the stage. So when activism gets a little hard or boring,
and it will, keep working. Listen for the need.
Try another strategy.
And always remember, change can start with the power of your words, with telling your friend,
your family,
your father,
that calling someone ghetto
or ratchet
or a hobo
makes injustice a joke.
It's telling them 5 times in the same day, only to be made fun of for it, until one day they stop saying it in front of you.
And then they stop saying it altogether.
And then they question the next person that calls a girl ghetto. We hold this power of education in our own mouths.
It's the kind of change we can make every time we speak.
Let's teach each other how to be better. You don't have to learn another language or travel thousands of miles to create social change.
Make your hands a classroom.
Build a library in your backpack.
Plant a community garden between your own urban streets.
Choose language that reflects the justice you want to see. Because education is powerful. And it doesn't just live between school bells.
Question.
Think critically.
Demand better.
Educate yourself.
And each other.
Because we are the world. So let's start with changing us.